What is up, guys? Today we are going to be playing GEF, and I will show you some cool tips on how to survive. So first of all, no matter what weapon you find, the crowbar actually is a decent weapon. So if you do see the crowbar, pick it up. You can use it to defend yourself and things. But the bat is always a better choice since you can hit them through walls without destroying your planks. But if you can't find a bat, the crowbar always works. Also, when you are fighting GEFs, make sure that they don't get too close to you. If they start getting too close, you can back into a corner and they won't be able to get you, or it'll at least be a little difficult. Also, keep in mind that when you hit them, they bounce away, so you can always, if one of them's chasing you, you can smack them away. Also, the private servers are free if there's too many people playing a public and it's super laggy. Now I will skip till when I have a little bit more tools and can tell you a little bit more to do. Alright, now that I've got a hammer, a bat, and some food, I will show you the best building to build your base in. Try to pick a building that does not have too many windows, at most 2. See, now this one has 2 big windows. If it has 2, you're going to want them to be 2 small ones like that. But the better option would be this building right on the corner right here, since it has the least windows and the least sized windows. Easiest to armor up. Make sure you clear out the GEFs before going into the buildings. Also, if you can, make sure you're on max health before fighting GEFs. Now, once you're in the base, make sure you board the windows. That is the first area you're going to want to board. Now, if you have the windows boarded, make sure you have a second layer. Now, this will defend against most normal GEFs. But if you want to defend against the big GEF, you will have to cover all the walls in wood. Also, try to get a lamp as soon as possible, as it helps you see quite a bit. I will skip to also GEF fighting tactic. Hit them through the windows. Do not go outside. You can hit them through the boards. Now this is less effective when you're using a crowbar, but it still works decently well. As you can see here, I have not taken any damage from this GEF attack. Also, make sure your windows are nice and layered, but still you can see through them, so you can see if any GEFs are coming. Now I will skip to when I have gotten a lamp. Also, it is best to wait till daytime to go look for supplies, otherwise you might get ambushed by more GEFs. Nights are only about 3 minutes long, so it should not be too hard to wait them out. Before leaving in the daytime, now that it is day, you should still exit the base carefully, because any GEFs from last night could have survived and could be waiting for you outside. As you can see, this one attacked me last night, and now he's trying to get me, but I will not let him. Each GEF has 4 health no matter what weapon you're using. The shotgun, depending on how well you use it, can insta-kill. The pistol still takes 4 shots, but it is still better than a bat, if you have the ammo. Always pick up any food you find. It is more valuable than pretty much anything. It can heal a lot. If you find a med kit, only use it when you are down 2. As you can see, I have found a med kit. But if you've only been hit by a GEF once, don't use it, because that would just be a waste. Only use a med kit if you are down to, like, right about here on the health bar. Now, the little GEFs are less dangerous than the big GEFs, but can still damage you a decent amount if you get swarmed. Also, if you find any shotgun, take it, but only use it in emergencies. Now that I have also, any shops you find, make sure to label the building if he has actually good stuff. Now, as you can see, this guy has some pretty decent stuff that I will definitely need later on, such as the lamp that I was talking about earlier. So, I will label the outside with something that I can remember. Me personally, I like to mark it with arrows. If you have a full inventory, whether that's 4 or you've gotten an upgrade and it's 5, if it's full, always return to base and drop off your more important items. Hammers do not need to be taken with you. I forgot to drop my hammer. Never forget to drop in more important stuff. Hammers and medkits and shotguns are really valuable things that you should probably leave at the base in case of emergencies. Now, everything else though is available to take to you. As I said earlier, it is always very good to keep a private server for if the other public ones get too laggy or you're just a little bored with other people. Now, if you feel it's getting a little late in the day, like it's been 3 minutes after it turned day, and you feel like it might turn night soon, you can head back to the base if you feel like you need to. I personally go until it says that it is actually about to be night. Now, I will fast forward to when I have a lamp in my base. If it's turning night, be sure to armor the base. Even if you think you're already fine, continue to armor it more. As you can see with my defense build, you can still see out of holes to see if any GEFs are actually near the wall. Since I'm lower than half health, that means that I can use this medkit without wasting it. And now, I'm full health and ready to go fight GEFs. Now, you always can go out to look at night, but it's always a really dangerous thing to do. I prefer to wait till morning. But whatever you think is fine, you go ahead and do. While watching this, can you please take a second to go ahead and subscribe if you can. If you can't, that's fine. It's just, I've got a goal to reach 100, and once I do, I've got something special planned. It'll be a 100 subscriber vid. I think you guys will like it. I like spending the rest of my nights before mornings re-armoring up any holes they have put in the base, or armoring up a wall. The best big GEF defense would look something like this, just on every single wall, and plus the roof. The most common area for big GEF to break into is the roof, but you also break walls while trying to get through the roof, so little GEFs might be able to get in. So this is the best way to board it up. Also, keep in mind, buildings do regenerate, so don't leave your base for too long. Otherwise, it might regenerate and all your defenses might disappear. But don't worry, it only does this every 5 minutes. And if you are close to your base, it won't do it. Don't forget to armor the outside of windows too. Now, once you've got a lamp and a good amount of resources inside the base, you'll almost never have to leave again. Of course, unless you want more food or something, or you're running low. When you get to stay in base like this for long periods of time because no GEFs can get you, it is good to armor all the sides of the wall like I have to this one. Also, keep in mind that when Big GEF attacks and he sticks his big head through a wall, it blocks other GEFs from getting through that gap. But once he backs up, the other GEFs are free to get in. So just keep that in mind. Once you get to day 4, which I am currently on day 3, GEFs will start coming from everywhere. You'll get like 3 through the windows, because that's the most popular choice of the GEFs to attack you through. And some, of course, come on all the other sides, which means that if Big GEF comes, you could be screwed if you haven't armored the walls. Usually, by day 4, Big Jeff comes at least once. I have been lucky and haven't gotten him once yet. Another good thing about private servers is that you can always invite your friends, and then you won't have to deal with dying. I'm joking, you'll still have to deal with dying, but you won't have to deal with playing alone. Another good thing about them is that when you lag, it doesn't doom you. Because in private servers, when the host lags, everybody lags. But in public servers, nobody's the host, so if you lag, anything could happen while you lag. A Jeff could kill you, or really anything. So, if you're on a public server, make sure you don't lag too much. But a private, you can lag as much as you want, just might be a bit annoying. And remember, resources can always accidentally be punted around. So if you want them to stay in an area, build a small box around them. Like this. This is like a basic one, but it's still pretty good. Because look, you cannot fling them out unless you overfill it, which you might have to build it a little bit higher. And also, once you have built a base like this, it is really hard for Big Jeff to get in. Or really any Jeff for that matter. But I'm going to go armor my windows, because they were getting in last night. Or about to. Oh yeah, and another thing, if Jeffs break anything at night, be sure to repair it, because that could always come back to bite you later. Also, be aware that planks despawn over time, so you might have to make small fixes to your base. Have I locked myself out of my base? Uh-oh. Now, if you accidentally lock yourself out of your base, not that big of a deal, just find a crowbar. Well, if you can't find a crowbar, well, you're screwed. Because you're just screwed. God, I wish I brought food out here with me. Ah! Oh, would you look at that? A lucky medkit. Yee. Music. Well, I will fast forward to when I unlock myself out of my base because I'm a silly goose and lock myself in. Or out. Well, I don't have a crowbar, so I'm pretty much screwed. Oh no. I have to find a crowbar or I'm going to die. Because Big Jeff is likely coming tonight. And let's just say, he will take advantage if you do not have a defended base. Well, I'm probably going to die tonight. I will fast forward to the next day. Also, keep in mind, if you go too far off the Jeff map, tons of Jeff will spawn to attack you. So pretty much just stay within the town and you'll survive. Unless it's nighttime and they come. Well, I think this might be a really lucky night where no Jeffs attack. Sometimes this will happen and it's ridiculously lucky. Which, I'm really happy this happened tonight. Otherwise I would have been dead. Because I can't get into my base. Where's the crowbars? Oh look, it's turning day. I just survived that whole day without base. That crowbar? No, that's a hammer. Darn it. I'll still take it as backup hammer. Yes, always have backup weapons and a backup hammer. Because if you accidentally break something, or you die and lose everything, that sucks, because everything in your inventory is gone unless you use a revive, which costs Robux. I have found a crowbar, which means that I can finally get back into my base. So I will show you how to use it. So simply you just equip the crowbar and smack whatever piece is in the way and it'll break. So I should be able to get in now. I missed. I did not hit the right piece. That it? Nope, it's still there. Okay, I got it. Now I can get back into my base. So yeah, be careful not to armor the door, because you could end up locking yourself out like I just did. Only do small, like, little things around the door. Don't be like me and accidentally cover up the entire door. And also, when you leave your base, take the crowbar with you. Make sure you can get back in before leaving, and put the crowbar back in. So, there. Now I have. I really want to show you guys what it looks like when Big GEF comes and attacks this base, but he hasn't come yet, so I will spend the time armoring up the base. As you can see, this is actually getting to pile up and the crowbar flew out. So I'm going to make it slightly bigger and show you how to make it work. Now this will work perfectly fine because you can still get in and stuff, but if you're worried that you might not be able to jump over or get in or something, you can make a doorway, which I will also show you how to do. So first, you make a wall of planks right here. That's not where that goes. Hang on. Wall of planks on one side. You get to choose which side. Make sure this is not one of the sides where you want the door on. If this is the adjacent one that you do want to make the door on, do not put it right here. Let's say you want to make the door here. You would put the starting wall either here or here. If you want to make the door here or here, you'd want to start here or here. Make sure the starting wall is as tall as your person. As you can see, it is now as tall as me. Even if like my hair is just a little bit taller or headphones or whatever, that is fine. It doesn't matter. Now you build the second one just as tall. Now once you've done that, build a small bridge across. Come over to the side you don't want the door on. Connect it like this. And boom, now you've got a storage with a door that you can get into. Now, yes, the door does make it a little harder for you to accidentally fling something out. Now, hopefully Big GEF comes tonight so I can give you an example of what it looks like when Big GEF comes. Also, if this gets in the way of the lantern, lanterns can always be placed on top of things to give max light. The taller the object in comparison to everything else that you place the lantern on, the better the light area it is. Oh man, it's another GEFs are attacking night. I'll skip to the next Big GEF attack. And in case you want to go AFK for a second, I will show you a simple fort you can make to not die. First, craft a few diagonal things like this to the desired length. I prefer 4. And then arm it up as much as you think you will need and how long you'll be gone. Each board should be placed for each 2 seconds you should be gone. Or at least I think is the best way to do it. Now, once you're done with that, you can go ahead and make the front just like we made the front for the storage area. Just like we made this part, except leave a small area to get it. Now, you can use this for AFKing or just waiting. Just waiting out. Like I'm waiting for Big GEF to come. Which is what I'm going to sit in for a little bit. Like if you have to use a restroom or anything like that, you can go ahead and use this to not get killed. Or lose any of your stuff all gone. Unless, of course, someone robs you. There. Now my lantern covers pretty much everywhere except for inside of there and inside of there. Armor it up. Armor your base up however much you want. Like if you want to take extra precautions for Big GEF, go ahead. But what I have now should be able to defend. I'm just armoring because I want to show you the sheer capability of this if you actually try. Now, I think that's decent enough. Should be good to help against Big GEF. But remember, when Big GEF is coming and he's destroying too much, just remember, just follow this tip before that happens. If it's after, it's pretty much too late. Set up some bars like this so that you can build off of them in case you didn't have enough on that wall and all the boards have been destroyed. And then you can build off of these and connect it to whatever wall you still have left there and rebuild. If it destroys a wall, it is not very difficult to rebuild that wall. Also, make sure your windows, if you don't want to leave any gaps, make sure there's a way that you can actually hit the GEFs with seeing them. Also, if you block off your door, make sure there's still a way for you to get out. For me, that's this. So I am, like if it's a public server, keep a secret entrance if you don't want people stealing your stuff and block off the door. But remember, people could always bring a crowbar. Alright, now I'm going to skip to when Big GEF comes. Also, a good tip for during the day, if you're trying to wait something out. Make sure you go to your window every once in a while. Make sure that no GEFs are actually trying to break in. I have been extremely lucky not getting Big GEF. Too bad, I actually want him to come. And it's day 6, I feel like he should have come. If you don't think that there's enough armor on the inside where your door is, but you think that you might accidentally cover up the door while trying to make more armor, you can always armor up to the outside too. Just as so. And remember, being locked inside your base is not nearly as bad as being locked outside. Because when you're locked outside, you have no access to anything inside your base. Now we're actually going to fast forward to when Big GEF comes. Cool transition. Also, even if you are waiting for something or you're AFK, well, AFK is a little hard to do this, but if you're waiting for something and it's night, you should still go out to kill all the GEFs that come to your window. Just to let you know. Because the AFK bunker is only good for like however long you design it to be good for. Which usually isn't very long. Oh, it's Big GEF. I can actually show you. No clue where he's going to be coming from, but we'll find that out the hard way. Alright, Big GEF. No little GEFs come during Big GEF, but if you are hanging out with other people, it can be a big problem. Actually, I think he's coming from this way. Armor up whatever direction you're thinking he's coming from. Or no, you can just go outside and check. He's coming from the top. Oh no! See, look how well this defends against him. As long as you're actually, like, building it. But even while he's attacking, should always make some adjustments to it. I can't build. Why is it not building? Oh, there we go. Wasn't letting me build for a second. But if worst comes to worst, you can use your AFK area as a bunker to survive. But yeah, Big GEF can't get me. Look how silly he is. You can't get me, Big GEF. Oh no, he might actually be able to get me. Guys, I shouldn't have insulted Big GEF. I should not have said he can't get me. Now he made it his life mission to get me. Oh no, guys. But yeah, if he's breaking through an area extra good, just armor that up the best. If he seems to be maining his focus. Also, if you actually just like lure him into a part of the wall where he's like just trying to get through this area. Like, look, I've lured him to try to get into this part. He can't get through there. And any holes he causes that night, you should always fix before the next night, so that no little GEFs can get in the next night. Did he leave? See, look how efficient that was at defending. He barely got in, except for right here, of course. But the way I built it, it gives you enough reaction time to be able to fix everything up. All of the major holes you can fix up before the next night comes, so no little GEFs, the smaller, medium GEFs can get in. So that's it for this tutorial. Let me know down in the comment section if you have anything else you were wondering, or any more tips you'd need for specific things. Like if you're asking for like building tips, surviving out in the open at night tips, I can give you some of those. I might make a separate video on some of your comments and answering them. But that's a great place to end off the video today. I've covered pretty much all the building tactics and looting tactics I know, except for like have a weapon while looting, otherwise you're screwed. But that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.